Check it out, yo. Feel the rhythm on the bass, man. Feel the rhythm on the bass, man. Hip and the woman come around and test me.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Memorial Day weekend, and God bless all the fallen soldiers who gave the ultimate sacrifice. I am DjBBQ. This is Dante Fierce. We are back in full effect. How you doing there, buddy?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm a little excited. It's double or nothing weekend, and as I can say, because you given me permission, you thought today was Saturday, and today is Sunday. So when we post this, it'll be beautiful Memorial Day morning. So we're going to do a little bit of play on this because I've seen the pay-per-view. He has not, and we're going to go through detail on who he thinks is going to win.
I was a full 24 hours behind. I legit thought today was Saturday.
It's like you live in another continent. But what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're going to go through the card with Dante and going to have his predictions. The Cody iRadio Network already done their predictions and put that out on videos and all their social media. Here on the UnCut Live show, we are going to have him break it down and think who's going to win and see if he's correct. But we won't tell him until after he sees it, and we'll talk about that on the next show. So, without further ado, I am going to make sure that I close this picture out and go to the next one, and then we will get started here.
All right.
Pop that up on the screen. Okie dokie. We'll make that enlarged. All right. So, which match would you like to start with? Because we have, the Stadium Stampede. We have the Triple Threat World Championship for the AEW. We have the Tag Team Championship match. We have the TV, which basically is the TV Championship, but it's the TNT Championship. We have the Women's World Championship. We also have a tag team with Sting involved. We have the Machine Brian Cage and Hangman. We also have OGOGO. Whoa, don't tell me where you go. Anyway, that's a meme on the Cody iRadio Network's TikTok page, so go ahead and look that up. And then we have the NWA Women's World Championship match. And then we have the Casino Battle Royal as well, too. So which one would you like to start with?
Let's start off with the Battle Royal first.
Okay, the Battle Royale. And let's see if I can get this zoomed in. Oh, there we go. Going down just a little bit. Okay. So we have it separated in different sections. They had the diamonds, they had the hearts, they had the clubs, and then they had the spades, and then the Joker came out.
Okay.
On the match card, which is kind of weird that they did this because they didn't really give an indication on which ones were in which division to be sent out at a time in a group. All of them are kings, rightfully so. So they all just got a king. I do have to add that Mr. Paul White, No More BS, a.k.a. The Big Show, a.k.a. The Giant, was out there on commentary. So you have to put that in perspective as well, because the Joker is not known until the end, as everybody knows with these battle royals. So to put that in perspective, we're going to go kind of in the section in the middle, one by one. And it looks like we have, what is it? Jungle Boy, Private Party, Mr. Guru. We have Christian. We have Mr. 10. And that's Seidel. I always call him Mr. Guru.
Right.
And the first, and and Preston Tenston, or Preston 10, or whatever, from the Dark Order. So we'll start with that. I don't always remember Private Party's names at all, but I think
it's
I know.
Isaiah Cassidy.
Is it Isaiah?
And Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on the other one.
Yeah,
But I know one of them was Isaiah Cassidy, for sure.
The problem with me is that they always say private party. They never really, you always hear private party more often than their actual names.
Yeah, that's true.
But it is the younger one, I know, out of the group, if I'm correct. So you have those first three right there, or first five, I should say, that came
Okay.
out. And then you have Matt Hardy, you have Penta, you have the other private party, you have Hobbs, big powerhouse Hobbs, you have Uno, Evil Uno. I should say Evil Uno because there was a good Uno, but he's evil. From the Dark Order. We have another Dark Order member, Boom Boom Colt Cabana. We have the Acclaimed member, one half. It's not Matt Caster, but yet Matt Caster was in the team too. So you have both members. You have the Factory member, big powerhouse. God, what's his name? Starts with a C. Cormatato or something like that. Big grizzly beast looking guy.
Oh, Nick Comoroto.
Comoroto. Yes, there it is. Sorry about that, folks. Some of the names I'm just not familiar with that much because I don't see them that often when I'm watching. You had a Nightmare Factory student. I will zoom in on the name, put my glasses on a little bit better. You had Dustin Rhodes. You had Brian Pillman, which basically both of the varsity blondes were on there, which I like. Jim Ross always wanted to say. We always wanted to say the Hollywood blondes because of Brian and Stone Cold.
Yeah, Brian and Austin. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing I will tell you because it's not on this match card. Solo took the place of Marshall because Marshall supposedly has a wrist injury.
Okay.
Yeah, and then who was it that took over for the Blade? He got injured. Let me look that up real quick here. But yeah, the Blade got injuries. So both of those competitors from the Butcher and the Blade are injured at the moment.
Ooh, that's not good for their tag team.
No.
It's not serious injuries though.
No, it's just very minor injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go ahead. Right now, why don't you just go ahead and determine between Jungle Boy, Private Party, Matt Sindel, Christian, and number 10.
All right. So yeah, so I have the match card actually pulled up here. That way I could see him as well. And I'm only seeing two names that are really sticking out to me.
Yeah.
As who could be potential winners. And well, I got three. I got Brian Pillman Jr., I got Jungle Boy, and I got Christian. I don't think that they would pull the trigger on Brian just yet. Since he is still doing the stuff with the Varsity Blondes. Christian came back and not much has been done with him. From what I see, so maybe not pulling the trigger on Christian. Jungle Boy though. They've pushed Jungle Boy ever since one of the first episodes of Dynamite. And
yes, they have a lot.
And I'm gonna say it's gonna come down to Christian and Jungle Boy. And I'm gonna have to pull the trigger on Jungle Boy. He's got to win it. They're gonna push him to the stars. And yeah, that's gonna be all right. Yeah, 100%. I'm going for Jungle Boy.
So you're thinking out of all the competitors that are in this battle royal, without knowing who the Joker is, you're going to go with Jungle Boy.
Yeah. So the reason why I didn't even include the Joker is because it'd be a shock, right? If this person that no one knew about comes out and then just wins the entire thing instead of pushing one of their stars that they've been trying to push for a while. While it would be cool, like if let's say Bryan Danielson came out or someone else from a different company came out and automatically wins, that I could see the shock factor of like, oh, the Joker came out, they're all elite and they won the Casino Battle Royal. But no, Jungle Boy's name really just sticks out to me as as someone that they've got to push soon. Otherwise he's just gonna be stuck in the mid card tag team division.
Yeah, his popularity, his market is going to go down. They
Right,
don't push
right.
him.
So yeah, my final choice has got to be Jungle Boy. I am interested though to know who the Joker was.
Well, who do you think it was? Because that's kind of like giving it away without you even watching it. So Lee
Okay.
Johnson, that's who I keep mixing him up. It's Lee Johnson, Matt Caster, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, the Blade, and Evil Nuno, but the Blade wasn't in there. I don't think anybody updated their information because it was told right before they
Right, yeah,
brought
because
them all
I don't
out.
have any of that. I have
Yeah,
the Blade and I have QT Marshall on mine. So
yeah. They had. It was weird because you would think they would have tried to say something like earlier, but they
hmm
didn't, which to me was really weird that they just held off and decided to go with what it was.
right.
And that was
All
the
right,
position for a future championship match for the world title.
correct, correct. So I'm gonna say Jungle Boy for my choice for the winner. The Joker, I don't think. I think I would have probably heard about it by now, just like through Facebook and stuff like that. If like Bryan Danielson came and like
See,
made like a shock appearance or whatever, um, I'm gonna have to go with someone from a different company. What I
okay,
would like to happen in an alternative universe maybe is like Rich Swann came out,
that wouldn't be that
gets
good
the
though.
shock,
Yeah,
gets the shock, uh, gets the Joker, gets the shock win, and then challenges uh Kenny Omega for the AEW championship in the future
right,
to then come onto his show and then take his belt.
right.
But yeah, yeah, I'll go with Rich Swann. I'm gonna say Rich Swann's gonna come
So
because Impact and AEW still had that working relationship. So theoretically, someone from Impact could be the Joker.
so with that being said, are you going to still stay with your original pick on who wins the battle royal, the casino battle royal? Does that change your guessing, your predictions?
No, because my prediction for the Joker is almost kind of like it's kind of like a dream storyline where
Yeah.
you know because and let me give a little backstory. I was doing a Twitch stream of Fire Pro Wrestling and I did a cross promotion and someone came and they stole my title. I didn't have that title
The
for months
bastards.
in game,
Sounds like a
all the way up until I think Okada Okada challenged him for the title and then brought the title back to my promotion and it was amazing. But no, I'm gonna say Rich Swann comes out, doesn't get it, but it causes maybe some commotion.
Okay.
Maybe the fans are excited that the former Impact champion is now on AEW, and they may still see some like they still may see Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega in AEW at some
Now,
point.
I do have to ask though, because there's been a lot of predictions all over the IWC, the wrestling community, and social
hmm
media.
Okay.
You do have the Big Show sitting there on the announce team. I mean, there's been speculation about that for like the last, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him getting off of the announce table and being like, "I'm the Joker" and holding up like a Joker card and then making his way down to the ring.
Okay. I do want to throw a
I
curveball.
definitely feel like Paul's time in the ring is done. I feel like he's better suited for a trainer and commentator role
Right.
now whether if he does some more stuff on camera, I mean, props to him, but I mean, he's had a very long career in the ring, and he doesn't have anything to prove by joining a battle royal for the AEW championship.
Well, I will throw a curveball in there for you because it was a surprise at the last minute with this thing. I'm
Okay.
not going to tell you whether it was the beginning or end or in the middle, but there was a
Okay.
curveball thrown out there that there was another exclusive surprise signee.
Oh,
So that being said, we could go all day with your guesses or speculations, but we'll just
Oh,
let
yeah.
you marinate with that. And which one would you like to go to next? Would you like to go between the top 4 matches of the match card, which is the world title, the tag team title, the TNT title, or the women's world title? Or we can go down to the bottom 4, which would be
let's go.
the special
Let's go
tag
with Sting
team.
and Darby Allen versus Ethan Page and Scorpio.
Very good.
Because we had just talked about Ethan Page on the last one,
Yes.
on our last podcast, and I went back and I watched his match on Dark, and dude can work. I'm really
Yeah.
impressed with him.
Now, put it,
I'm guessing they had fans tonight, right?
yes, they had a full crowd, and nothing but a full crowd, and it was the second major pay-per-view in professional wrestling as a whole. And
Mhm.
people that are gonna try to at me, well, WWE did it too. Yes, I said as a whole, so I just want to clarify that.
All
So
right.
full crowd, everybody there. Yeah. So this was just like your normal pay-per-view that you saw about over a year ago, before
Okay.
the global
Okay.
backlash.
So that's gonna change my answer.
Well,
Just the fact that there is a crowd, that's gonna change my answer.
okay,
I was originally gonna say that Ethan Page and Scorpio were gonna pull out the victory,
okay.
but only because there's a crowd, I'm gonna say Sting and Darby Allen wins it.
Well, put it in this concept, okay? It also is the first time that you're ever going to see in like 6 years Sting actually wrestle, and it's not a cinematic match.
Right.
Some people thought it was going to be a cinematic match. No, it's not a cinematic match. It's an actual real match. Just put in that perspective, too. Does that change your guess or your predictions, I should say, to be more technical?
No, because Sting was such a big signee whenever he came out, and it was the same with John, with Matt. Whenever they all came, it was all pandemic era signings. And so for the live crowd to have Sting in the ring, he has to go over, but Darby Allen can still do most of the work.
Right.
So I'm saying Darby Allen gets roughed up for most of the match from Ethan and Scorpio. Sting comes in with a hot tag, takes him out a couple times, maybe hits him with a Scorpion Death Drop, and I'm gonna say that Sting's gonna even get the pinfall.
Okay.
Sting's gonna get the pinfall. Crowd's gonna erupt in cheers because first time seeing Sting, first time seeing a legend, first time seeing Sting in AEW with a live crowd. He's gonna get that enormous pop.
Right.
So I'm gonna say Sting's gonna even get the pinfall, and they're gonna pick up the victory.
Sounds about right. I'm not going to give anything away, but what match would you like to go to next? Would you like to keep with
Let's
this one?
do
Or
the Stadium Stampede.
Stadium Stampede. We're going all the way up there.
Because I really did enjoy the first one.
I did too.
That they did.
It was different. I know there was kind of a lot of ridiculous stuff going on, but at least it was different. You had to try to
Right.
do something different just because there was no fans at that point.
Mhm.
Now, I will tell you this, and this
Well,
might change your.
about to say I heard that it was half of it was pre-recorded and half of it was going to be live.
The opening parts were pre-recorded because of
Okay.
of the entrances, but the rest of
Okay.
it was all completely live.
Okay.
So if that gives you an idea of what your prediction should be, you might want to mix that in there a little bit for a thought. But there you go. You had the Pinnacle. I can tell you introduced first, and then it was the Inner Circle.
Okay. Who won Blood and Guts again? Was it Pinnacle?
Blood and Guts
Who won
was
Blood and Guts?
Pinnacle. Yes, Pinnacle was Blood and Guts.
Okay. So I can't
Chris
see
Jericho is injured, but he does have a cast and a brace on there that he can actually. He's medical cleared, but he is injured.
Man, okay. Man, see, I can't see I can't see Pinnacle going 2-0 against
this match, though.
Inner Circle.
Do you know what the stipulations are on this match?
No, where are the stipulations of this match?
The stipulations, and I should give this to you because that'll probably change your prediction. Stipulation is that if the Pinnacle win and the Inner Circle lose, the Inner Circle had to agree with this, and they finally did. But the Pinnacle wins, that means the Inner Circle loses. That means they would be done forever. They would not be the Inner Circle anymore. Inner Circle goes away. They did have their little goodbye, like whatever, their go-home show on Friday, which because of basketball, they moved it to Friday night at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. But yeah, they did have a stipulation to where if the Inner Circle loses, they're done. They're done for. And then they're not ever going to be around.
Damn. Can I see Inner Circle sticking? We got Santana and Ortiz. We got the Sex Gods.
They've been around since the beginning of the whole team.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean they've been there since 2019, so I mean, is it time for them to break up?
I don't know.
I feel no. I just can't see Pinnacle going 2-0 against Inner Circle. Not only that, I feel like if Inner Circle were to break up, it would only be because maybe Jericho had to go on tour with Fozzy.
Yeah.
So like the Inner Circle's main leader isn't there, and then maybe Guevara could get a big push, and then that would leave Santana and Ortiz in the tag team division. Man, I'm gonna say, just because I don't want them to break up, I'm gonna say Inner Circle is gonna win.
Okay.
I don't want Inner Circle to break up.
Also,
they've been a faction I've been watching since the beginning of Impact.
I'm also going
to
add
Impact
that they lost the first Stadium Stampede, which was the Inner Circle's first group full loss the last time a year ago. So does that change your prediction? I mean, they lost. They also have that stipulation that if they lose, they're done. They're finito. The go home show to Double or Nothing on Friday night was basically them giving their last rites, their last saying about how they love each other and all that. Thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah, because if you're gonna have a go home show where they're basically saying goodbye to each other, man, I don't want them to break up. I'm still gonna say Inner Circle wins just because I don't want them to break up, but I have a feeling that they are gonna break up.
So you're going with the Inner Circle or the Pinnacle?
Man, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Pinnacle winning.
Okay. What's the
Pinnacle's gonna take the victory.
Okay, which match do you want to go to next?
Let's do the TNT match, TNT championship match.
Big meaty men slapping meat. Is that how they say that?
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah, big meaty men slapping meat. Now, we have the newly crowned monster of the Midway, like I like to say, because he plays video games on Twitch. MIRO versus the Monster Hawk or Murder Hawk monster, Lance Archer, with Jake the Snake in the corner. Where do you think this is going? And who do you think is going to win? I mean, put in perspective, Miro's only been champion for like what, about 2-3 weeks now?
Yeah. But I think Miro's a more hotter commodity than Lance Archer is. I think he has more push behind him.
It's also Jake the Snake's birthday as this match goes on.
Oh, is it? Well, happy birthday to Jake the Snake.
I'm just throwing things, baseball curves out there, sliders, just trying to see if I can get a strike. Just try to throw you off a little bit. I'm not, like I said, I'm like ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't seen the pay-per-view, so if you guys just
Oh yeah,
tuned
no,
in,
I'm pissing in the wind.
yeah, if you're just tuning in on this, he basically is going blinded in there,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna give him like kind of little stipulations or whatever, but he has to basically go in there blind.
I'm gonna say Miro's gonna retain. I
Okay.
don't see him picking up the title 2 weeks ago just to drop it. He doesn't seem like a placeholder champion to me. It seems like Miro's gonna hold on to it for a while, a few months, maybe even up to a year. I don't see him dropping it to Lance Archer weeks after getting it.
Do you possibly see a long-term feud like the old school days coming out of this?
What, with Lance Archer and Miro?
Yeah.
I can see the FTW faction trying to help Lance win.
Okay.
Because Lance is still in FTW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see FTW trying to screw over Miro and that causing a feud down the line.
They've teased it. I can say that. They've teased it.
Okay.
With Taz and him.
But I'm definitely gonna say Miro is gonna retain his title. There's no way he's gonna drop it.
Okay.
15 days after losing it or after getting it from Darby Allen.
What match would you like to go to next?
Let's go with there's 2 more non-championship matches, right? There's Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo and Hangman versus Brian Cage.
Yep.
Let's get those 2 out of the way so we can talk about the
like
remainder of the championships. Let's go with Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo. So the only thing I've seen about this feud is the weird patriotic promo that Cody did.
Well, put it this way: it is Memorial Day weekend. It is being brought to you by AEW on a Sunday, technically the day before Memorial official day. So that might be part of it. He is from the United Kingdom, the UK, and obviously he's a blue-blooded American in the southern state of Georgia. So, and he's having a kid. So he did a promo and all that stuff. You do have the factory behind Anthony Ogogo, and then Cody, has his coach Arn Anderson in his corner. And where do you think this is going to go? And who do you think is going to win?
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea where this is gonna go. I haven't been the biggest fan of the factory versus the Nightmare Factory. Is that what they're calling themselves, right? The Nightmare Factory.
I only think it's just Cody. I don't know if it's technically the his is the Nightmare Factory school, and then just the factory, which is Marshall. He likes to be called not Marshall, but Marshall.
Yeah.
That's his original school that he would do. So yeah, it's kind of a faction. Just saying the factory as a faction. But yeah, it's this is I'll put it out here this way. Anthony Ogogo's match. It's his first basically big, big name, big day, big promotion from pay-per-view match.
Okay.
So maybe that will
help. Yeah, I was gonna say that may have just changed my mind. Because I was gonna say Cody Rhodes just picks up the easy victory. But if Rhodes is trying to do the job to make Anthony Ogogo seem like a more formidable opponent, I can see him putting over Anthony. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say Gogo is gonna get the victory on this one. Gonna put him over. It's gonna keep the factory rivalry going with Cody. And it's gonna make Anthony Ogogo look good.
What's up, pro wrestling fans? This is your boy DjBBQ with the Kota iRadio Network with some big news. We are blessed and honored and very grateful to be teaming up with Workhorse Fitness. more. Go to workhorsefitness.com. Save today by typing KOTA.
Is it your dream to become a professional wrestling superstar, manager, or referee? Well, you can make that dream a reality by training with Midwest All Pro Wrestling. Learn from former WWE superstar and NXT coach Eugene Nick Dinsmore. Classes are training right now, so go to MidwestAllPro.com and click on training to enroll today.
Not a fan of an accessory, to say,
Mhm.
at least. But that's what it is, and it is what it is. So we'll go to this match. Hangman challenged the Machine Brian Cage to a one-on-one. He came out to the Go Home show and said, screw your team. You should be man enough. I've known you long enough to be able to go one-on-one yourself. Are you basically calling him either a pussy or a man? Pussy
Yeah.
by not just having this team out there and not doing it one-on-one, and being a man who's doing it one-on-one. And Cage agreed to do it one-on-one. I will say Taz was at commentary for this match.
Okay.
So from all that information, there really isn't anything else to add to it. Who do you think got themselves over on this one?
I'm all right. So I'm gonna say Hangman wins this one, but he gets the absolute shit knocked out of him in this match by Cage. It's definitely not an easy victory for Hangman, but he definitely does pick up the victory in the end on this one.
Over the Machine Brian Cage. Ooh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Hangman picks up the one on this one.
All right. Fair enough. Which one would you like to go to next?
Well, now I think all we have are the
Championship
title matches.
Yep. You
Let's
have
go.
the
Let's go
NWA
with the.
or all the AEW ones?
I definitely want to say the AEW championship for last.
Okay. So, which out of the AEW or AEW championships would you like to start with, or do you want to just start with the NWA?
Let's do the tag team.
Okay.
So it was Young Bucks versus Kingston and Moxley.
AKA now they officially call them, because they're using the theme song, the Wild Thing.
Okay. Ah, man,
And they definitely make the ladies' heart sing. Groove.
I'm
Had to throw that in there.
I'm gonna say the Bucks are gonna take this one. They have this weird douchey gimmick going on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging it. I don't.
You're digging the asshole gimmick, huh?
You know me. I'm a sucker for hills.
Yeah, well, you like, what is it called? Flamingo, so you're kind of a dick yourself. So, anyway. Shots fired.
Look,
Yes.
I got the Flamingo back here holding the AEW championship.
Yes.
Omega's not the real champion here. It's the Flamingo that's currently sitting on my table.
I guess you could say that's pretty cocky of a flamingo. There's another shot fired. Anyway, so
All
as
right,
we're talking about this match, they've basically lately on the Go Home show, they got the heads up over the Bucks. That would be Mox and Kingston. Like you were saying, they're kind of the cocky, narcissistic, arrogant pair of pricks. And you got pretty much these hardcore lunatic fringes, if you know what I mean. Not to throw out any puns, but, basically there you go. So based on that concept, there really hasn't been anything else other than, shit talking. Who do you think went over on this one?
So I don't know why I don't like Kingston and Moxley as a tag team.
You would.
No, I don't. But you know what it is? John was white hot as a single star.
Yes.
And I felt like Kingston could have been that way too.
Definitely. Most definitely. Ain't gonna get an argument there.
And for them to be in a tag team, it feels weird to me. It doesn't feel right. Because you have two white hot single stars now in just tag team action, and all this is because of the damn exploding the barbed wire death match.
Boom. That was louder than the actual barbed wire death match.
You're right.
The,
yeah.
the barbed wire death match was more like this.
Yeah.
One more time for exaggerating accurate measures. There you go.
There you go. There you go. now you need like the Wilhelm scream from whenever Kingston decides to fake like it actually.
For shizzle dizzle.
All right, well, I guess that works too.
Snoop Dogg is just here in the studio agreeing, right, Snoop?
For shizzle dizzle.
Yeah. It was. You definitely had to sound the alarms when it came to that situation of the old. Oh, there goes the boom on the exploding barbed wire match.
Yeah, I mean, just because I can't see Mox and Kingston being a tag team for too long, I'm gonna say the Bucks are gonna retain. They're also, I mean, they're doing some of their best work right now as Hills. I mean, arguably their best work as Hills is Bullet Club in New Japan.
Yeah.
But I mean, I dig it. I mean, I'm on their Twitter, seeing what their new Twitter bio is, seeing what their new photos are, stuff like that.
Their twatter.
Whenever they messed up Christopher Daniels and they had the picture of Daniels with his eye messed up, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, legitimate injury, legitimate actual eye injury. It was not. Yeah, that was legit.
And then they were just hammering. They were doubling down. I was like, okay, yeah, I dig it. So I'm gonna go Bucks retaining.
Okay, very cool. The next match that you want to go to, I mean, I could add something in there, but I think that would possibly give it away. So I'm gonna step away from that one. Which match would you want to go through next? We have the
the NWA
women. You want to go to the NWA? So we'll go down here on the match card. And
yeah, so it's the NWA women's, and then it's the AEW women's.
Yep, both of those titles are being challenged for, defended as well. So you have Rio versus Serena DeEB. Serena is the NWA Women's World Champion, or Real World Champion, if you want to put it that way, the way NWA goes. I don't think I've seen these two face each other. Possibly, maybe I haven't. I don't remember if they have, but I will tell you, chemistry is key.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that point up, and yeah. So, who do you think? And Serena's been a long-time champion with this title so far, after defeating Thunder Rosa. So I think that was twice, but anyway. So Rio hasn't won a title since she lost her AEW title. So put that in perspective. How many episodes of
Dynamite has she even been on since she lost it? It hasn't been many because of the COVID-19 lockdown restrictions.
Yep, because of the global bastard. She was sent home and had to stay there for a while, and then they came back. Yeah, she did a couple of the tournaments, did a couple of shows, but because of the restrictions and all that, and prior also engagements to other promotions that she had, because they have to have the 2-week, in between. She hasn't been on TV that well, but she has been wrestling, so it's not like she came in there cold turkey.
Right.
So
I don't see NWA putting the title on Rio. There's no reason to.
Well, also, I'm not saying what the answer is, but put it this way, it would give them an opportunity to have a different star because of the lack of stars that they do have on the roster because of the global bastard, plus contract signings were, expired and they all went their separate ways. Some of them did, not all of them. Just put that in perspective. But other than that, I really can't say much anymore without spoiling it.
So, all right.
I should get the Jeopardy thing.
I can't see Riho holding the NWA Women's Championship. I can't. I now, to be fair, I haven't seen Serena Deeb's work.
I
Full
can say that
transparency.
she's phenomenal. She was also one of the trainers over in NXT with all those recruits for a long
Oh,
time.
was she?
Yeah. She was one of the
Okay.
long time trainers over there.
I'm gonna say Serena Deeb's gonna retain.
Okay.
There's no reason to have Rio as the NWA Women's Champion.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll end that as that. Which one do you want to go to next?
So we have 2 matches left, right? We have Sheeta and Baker for the Women's Championship, and then we have the triple threat for the AEW World.
Yes, those are the last 2 that we have.
All right, so let's go Britt Baker versus Sheeta.
Okay, fair enough. Gonna keep the world title for last. All right. So put this in perspective. Britt
Yes.
Baker was on quite a bit of decent winning streaks, and the last match that she technically had that started and skyrocketed her, if that's a word, her winning streak was when Sheeta broke her nose facing Sheeta. I think it was a non-title match, obviously, and it was Britt going on a exclusive win streak through Dark Evolution or Revelation, and then Dynamite. And she predicted that she was going to consistently win and be the number 1 contender. As soon as Sheeta ended up getting one of her last 2, basically last to this title defense, Baker came out and the Titantron showed a graphic of her all of a sudden breaking and moving up to the number 1 spot. She got really cocky. For the last few weeks, she's all been talking shit, or holy Sheeta, and then Reba and them have been, terrorizing her. It's Reba not Rebel, or Rebel not Reba, one or the other. I don't fucking know. But anyway, basically, she just been on a winning streak for over a year. They just implemented a new women's championship on the Friday go home before Double or Nothing, which is actually, some people are, oh, it looks like the same, looks like a bigger, from the toy. No, it's actually a little bit different if you actually get a close-up look to it. It's been a year. She's been the champion through the Global Bastard, which is kind of a unique thing because technically she's not used to title defenses in front of crowds. So you could basically use that as maybe a determination on what you're going to predict. But Baker, obviously you can say the same. She hasn't competed in front of a lot of fans. But you have the wild card in Baker's side because you have Reba Not Rebel in her corner. But Reba Not Rebel is actually on crutches, supposedly. She supposedly, needed those crutches. Those crutch. She has 1 crutch. So that all being said, who do you think is going to win at this Double or Nothing?
Okay, so Sheeta
Year-long,
just came off of her
year-long.
Her year-long title defense. They had a whole celebration for her. New title. New title to me doesn't scream retention. Like you said, leading up to it, Baker went through Dark, Elevation, stuff like that, and working her way back up to number 1 contender.
And this has been a long period. I'll put that in perspective. It's not been a short time. She's been having quite a bit of matches up to this point of being able to be the number 1 contender, and it took a little bit, but yeah, it's been promo after Sheeta's matches that she wins, and then Baker comes out and tries to play mind games and talk shit, and
I want Baker to win. I want her to win. She's constantly getting better on promos. Her stuff with Tony Schiavone is great. Yeah, I'm gonna say Baker is gonna win, and we're gonna have a new AEW Women's Championship
I
or champion.
I would like to add though, because it kind of adds to the detail.
Okay.
Sheeta hasn't been going against any real slouches either when she has her singles competitions. So she's had some viable championship defenses to make it even mean more that she's been a champion for this long.
Right, and I hear what you're saying on that one, but also I like the story of Britt Baker at the top or near the top at one point, and then being knocked all the way back down to the bottom, just for her to climb out of that hole, and then on the first pay-per-view back with fans, win that title.
Yeah.
While Baker's supposed to be a heel, I can see her almost like as an anti-hero. Because she is still trying to do the things she wants to do. She's not necessarily being a heel about it.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's just people don't like her. People want to boo Britt Baker.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Baker's gonna win it. I like this story of her climbing her way back up from the bottom, and then winning it at Double or Nothing with a crowd.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next match, because if I keep on this one, I might give something away, and I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
And I think that's only
I
fair.
feel like I'm doing really bad on my predictions.
Again, I think we need to go to the next match before I start giving stuff away.
All right.
So I think all we have is the world title match, the triple threat with
We do.
the bastard Pac. It's not Pac, it's Pac. And you have Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed.
Mhm.
And then you have the AEW World Champion in Kenny Omega. Now he has Don
Okay.
Callis in his corner. He also has the Good Brothers, which they're kind of bad, but they're
Yeah.
Good Brothers. If you can make sense of that. And they also have possibly the Young Bucks too, because they're part of that little
Faction.
clique,
Yeah.
kind of more of a Bullet Club.
Hey. All right. I'm gonna give who I want to win, and I'm gonna give who I think actually wins.
Okay.
Who I want to win? Orange Cassidy.
Okay. Well, I was gonna have you wait to that one, but
Oh.
yeah. Okay. So you want Orange Cassidy to win. You want him to pull that off.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a real big fan of Orange Cassidy. I know some people don't like his work.
What would be his attributes or his benefits of actually pulling off a win against the likes of the Bastard and Kenny Omega?
So he's definitely the underdog in this fight.
I would say so. I would agree.
You have Pac and you have Omega. And then you have the laziest wrestler in the industry, being Orange Cassidy.
No lies found.
I want him to win just because I want to see what he would do as champion. Now, granted, I know he's not going to. Maybe in the future he can become the TNT champion, and we can see what he does with that. But I really want Orange Cassidy to win. I know he's not going to. I know there's a very, very slim chance.
Well, I will cut you off here and tell you though that he does have two definite, clean finish wins over the likes of a soon-to-be future, or just Hall of Famer in general, icon of professional wrestling in Chris Jericho. That's 2 times he's beaten that caliber, and he's the first ever, multi-world and WWE, champion, undisputed, first undisputed champion in the history.
And this isn't the first time also that Pac and Orange Cassidy went against each other.
No, and it's not the first time that Pac and the Bastard have gone against Kenny Omega, the Narcissistic, because they did earlier in the promotion's life birthday, went against each other in a singles match. So each one of them have history.
Right. And all right, so I want Orange Cassidy to win. I know he's not going to, but I still want him to win.
Not a lot of
Who I think is
confidence there.
who I think is actually going to win. The belt collector, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. There's no reason. There's absolutely zero reason for Omega to collect the AAA title, the Impact, and the AEW, just to lose it to either Pac or to Orange Cassidy. I still feel like they're building up to something else, whether that be New Japan or what have you, MLW, whatever other promotion that has a title that Omega can still. I think Omega's going to get maybe one more title in his collection, and then his tower of cards is going to come collapsing down.
Well, let's put it this way. I will add this. He does have to go against Moose because Moose won the #1 contendership. And
Okay.
also, I mean, we don't know because I'm not going to say, and you had your prediction in that Casino Battle Royal.
Mhm.
And that all depends on the individual that wins that #1, because basically that could be a factor in how they're going to play this one too as well.
Yeah.
So that being said, does that change anything other than your prediction of who's actually going to win, or do you keep and stay with your prediction that you already said who's going to win, which would be the belt collector?
Yeah, no, I don't see Kenny dropping the AEW title. I
Okay.
see him possibly dropping the Impact title, but definitely not the AEW.
Well, they have not changed that to an undisputed title yet, or the term of an undisputed title, because he still
So
holds both belt as the Impact and TNA championship. They haven't
ah,
consolidated it
so
yet.
he still has the 4 belts. They never unified them.
No, they never unified that one, so it's
Ooh.
interesting to know that as well. Because they made it an official title, they just never said that they were,
Right.
really officially, unless they're waiting to have fans themselves. But
Right.
yeah. So with that all being predicted, like I said, I have to kind of start uh rushing to go to other matches. But we've gone through all these matches. How do you feel that you've done so far?
I was feeling good in the beginning. I feel like I got the easier ones out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I don't feel confident, or the ones I don't feel confident in, is the Casino Battle Royal, because that one's such a toss up.
Yeah, it could be.
Um, I definitely feel, because I'm still looking at the match card here. I still definitely feel like Sting and Darby Allen get the victory.
Well, that being said, is there any one of these out of between the Stadium Stampede, any of the title matches for AEW or the NWA, or the other non-title matches with the Casino Battle Royal? Obviously, you said what you said, but is any of these other
Mhm.
ones to where after you're going through all this predictions, do you have any that you're second guessing that you're going to want to change, or you feel you were like, well, I shouldn't have gone, I'm going to go with this other person?
No, you know what? I'm gonna stick with all of them. So DeEB versus Rio, I'm going with DeEB. Adam Page versus Brian Cage, going with Adam Page. The Bucks versus the Wild Things, got to go with the Bucks. Rhodes versus OGOGO, I'm gonna say that OGOGO wins. Cody puts him over, makes him look good. MIRO versus Lance Archer, definitely no way. MIRO drops the title 2 weeks into having it. I'm gonna say Baker's the new AEW Women's Champion. I like that storyline of her crawling her way back up from nothing. Sting versus Darby Allen. Got to go with Sting and Darby Allen. Uh, Stadium Stampede. As much as I want the Inner Circle to win, I'm gonna go Pinnacle. And Casino Battle Royal. I'm gonna still choose Jungle Boy. They need to pull the trigger on him at some point. Plus, I feel like the pop would be a really good pop for Jungle Boy to win with one of the first live crowds back. And then Omega retains his AEW World Championship.
Interesting. So no changes.
No, I The only one I think I would change would probably be Inner
See,
Circle and Pinnacle.
I knew there was one. I knew there was going to be one.
I mean, it was. I mean, that was the only one that like I'm kind of up in the air on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just taking a stab in the dark at the battle royal because I mean, there's just too many people.
Yeah, I mean,
And the person I want them to pull the trigger on is Jungle Boy, so
there's
they
no
need
way
to
that you're going to
do
get
that.
a really 50-50
Um,
chance of getting that battle
But Stadium
royal, right?
Stampede, I mean, I gotta go with my boy Sammy and stuff like that. But if they did that whole goodbye speech on Friday, I don't see it
Which they did.
working out for them.
Okay. So who are you going to take? You're gonna take the Pinnacle or the Inner Circle on there? I'm going to ask you one more time because I feel that you're on the edge of maybe changing, maybe not changing.
I gotta. I want the Inner Circle to win so bad. Man, I gotta. No, I'm gonna stick with Pinnacle.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that being said, we will see. We'll have you write down your.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I'll do it right now, actually.
Write down
That
your,
way I don't forget them.
Yeah, write down your picks. Send them to me, and I will post it. Like I said, we are doing this after the pay-per-view was already over.
Yep, because
Dante
I forgot.
I wasn't gonna add that again, but hey, Dante, like a lot of us, thought the day wasn't that day before, that was the day after. So he's gonna write them down. We are going to, or I will, one or the other, are going to post that within the description of the podcast or the video. I will put this one on video this time. The other one I didn't have time because I was helping with the promotion and doing the sound for this weekend, and it's been a long road. Was in Sioux Falls, was in almost in, I think I was on the border of South Dakota and Minnesota there, and I have to travel about 3 hours to both. The other one was 4 hours. So it was a pretty long road this weekend. Not complaining. I had fun, but I unfortunately didn't get our last show that we had on the podcast on the old YouTuber. So I will post this one on YouTube. We will do our closing statements after he's done writing that down. He's writing it pretty thoroughly here. It looks like you might, I don't know, it seems like you're kind of changing maybe possibly something there.
Oh,
Concentrating really hard
I'm
there.
just a very slow writer.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I would like to say, though, that they did mention Rampage that they were going to do, and that date was also fully confirmed as in August. I want to say that would be the 15th. Let me look into my calendar here. Yep, that would be the 13th of August because it's going to be a Friday. That's going to be coming up, sooner than later in these couple of months. Do have to also remind people, they will be, after having that show be on Friday, they're going to, and that's going to be on the Turner Network station of TNT, and then in early 2022, they will be moving Dynamite and Rampage over to the TBS network because of sports related. In a way, I think TBS is the TBS Superstation is what I remember it as. Has always been their kind of more, I don't know, national network television channel. So it's going to be out there more to more people because that's usually where more of their sports is usually put on. TNT had it later on, and they did, WCW's Monday Nitro. So, yeah, I don't think too much of what they're going to do with that, but I think TBS is just going to kind of go to the old format like they used to do back in the day when they always had, one on Wednesday and one on a Saturday, but that was really kind of like what the dark are on YouTube that they have. The AEW, one of the Spanish team announcers, did get fired because he made some inappropriate comments after Shida won her match or during Shida's match. That was a thing.
Yeah.
They announced that this morning or Friday morning, I think. Friday or Saturday morning, they announced that they were letting that individual go. Anything else on there? Oh, like I said, during this pretty much prediction contest, see if he was right or wrong. They did have a surprise signee announcement during
Oh,
Double
that's
or
right, they
Nothing.
did.
So that would determine whether, because it was I'm not going to say it was before or after or in the middle or when, but they did announce it during the pay-per-view. And other than that, that's about it, because there's been a lot of speculation with a lot of open wrestlers or signees. Not all of them have fully fulfilled their 90-day no compete clause, but there are a few that are out there that are available, let's just say. Or, rumor available, I should say.
Well, I for one cannot wait to watch Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Especially now because now our listeners are going to hear me do this prediction, and
How
I
confident
don't
are
want to.
you?
I don't want to seem like an ass. I don't want to seem like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Are you confident in your picks, or are you,
I'm
kind of in
confident.
between, or
Let's see. How many matches do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4,
there's
5,
8,
6, 7. We had 8.
7, you have 8. Well, I guess if you talk about regular matches, not talking about the Battle Royal and the other ones, yeah, you have 8. And the Stadium Stampede, because that would be 9 and 10.
No, because it was D versus Rio, Page, Brian Cage, tag team, TNT, women's, Kenny Omega, AEW, Stadium Stampede, and then we had Sting, Darby Allen,
Yeah, because
Codes versus.
if you count the Stadium and the Casino Battle, that's 2.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
10.
there'd be 10. But I mean, technically, if you want to say it's technically 9, well, I guess, yeah, it's 10, but if you don't count the NWA one, because
Yeah.
that's, but it is
Yeah, I
AEW
mean,
Superstar. Go
I'm-
ahead, another one. That's NWA
I would
as well.
I would say I'm like 70% confident in my answers.
Right on. Well, anything else you would like to talk about before we end the show here?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I want to thank all the listeners for tuning in and listening. You know what? I'm gonna throw this out here. Next time, I'm not gonna forget.
Actually, I kind of
That-
like this because it's kind of a unique thing that you take a guess and you watch it later on. But I mean, you want to like carry yourself up about it, not watching a pay-per-view, because we're gonna do several different pay-per-view predictions, and I kind of
Right.
like the fact that you didn't, see it, and then I can torture you and try to be careful. I'll be extremely careful and not like spoil anything.
Yeah. We can make a thing out of this.
You know what I just thought of also? The listeners probably remember me saying this. I was going to get all your links from the last show. I didn't get your link tree, your link folio from you last time. So we got to get that, plus your predictions. We will have the Uncut Live and the Kota Radio Network's links all in one station identification. And that'll have the merch store, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube, all those fancy social medias in one little click of a button, and it'll all pop up for you. I do recommend you finding the Kodi Radio Network YouTube channel, because this will be posted. I like doing these. We also try to do a little fun game night. We'll do a trivia thing. So if you find us on Twitch, I will try to get Dante to do a little bit of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or other trivia games and see if he's really up to be the real champion of social media.
Oh.
We did that with Midwest All-Pro referee Ethan the Natural Iglesias, and that didn't go too well. He didn't get past the $1,000 question. And you get and with this tournament in this game that we do with every guest, you get as many tries as possible within the hour to get the $1 million question. I will have them go there, and you can read. We will share the screen. You'll be able to see it as well, and you can read the question. I'll improv too, and if you don't, we'll try to keep doing it, but within the hour. and see if you get it. We, like I said, we just started that with the natural Ethan Iglesias from Midwest All Pro Wrestling. That's new Eugene Nick Dinsmore's promotion out of South Dakota. And that you could be the second contestant, and we'll have people look for that. It'll be on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. And if not on one of those, it'll definitely be mainstay of Twitch. It'll be on there. We might just kind of switch that to YouTube, but I think the Twitch would be the mainstay because try to build that up a little bit. Yeah. I would like to say thanks to everybody. I'm trying not to spoil anything, and it's hard because I'm trying to say things and not, put anything out there for the pay-per-view. But I'd like to thank everybody for listening, and thank you that would watch the YouTube episode here. I will be posting this tomorrow. We're recording this on Sunday, the night of, but after the Double or Nothing pay-per-view has already been played. I will wish you guys all a good night, and I would also like to wish all the family members of service members who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you, respect you, God bless, and thank you to all the men and women who are serving today. And that being said, I think you have some social medias that you'd like to talk about, other than the fact
of course.
that we'll get your link folio.
I'll do it like I did last time. So I don't have a link tree. By the time that this goes up, I'll make a link tree for this. But if you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me at Twitter at Dante Fierce. I need to actually be tweeting more. This belt looks really small. It looks like the AEW women's belt on me.
It's okay. I didn't put you on the screen for the video. It's just the audio, so they won't be able to see that because it looks like you're kind of a little embarrassed.
But also you can go ahead and you can follow me over there at twitch.tv/Dante Fierce if you like watching wrestling gameplay, if you like watching customized universe modes. That's where I normally do my WWE 2019 universe mode. It's all AI driven, and I sit back, relax, commentate the matches, have a little nice wrestling community go and comment or guess their predictions, kind of like with this one. Guess who's gonna win. If any rivalries are going to come out of it, how the rivalries have formed into these championship matches that we have. Like I said, it's all AI driven. I don't touch any part of it other than pressing A to continue the matches.
You don't have a link folio already put together.
I do not. I will though. I will.
First, you don't remember the days. Now you don't have a link folio. We'll work with them, people. We'll work with them.
Wow.
We'll get them up to date. Don't
look. I don't know how I thought today. I don't know how I thought today was.
Hey, I'll just put it out there.
Saturday.
I thought Friday was Saturday, and Saturday was already Sunday, and Thursday was Tuesday. So I've been there.
It could be because. I spent an extra day with the entire family on Friday. Normally we don't do that until Saturday. So my entire weekend's been messed up. I didn't know I was gonna have a 4-day weekend. So I'm still thinking today's Saturday. I got all my days mixed up. Today's Sunday. Tomorrow's going into Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up and what's down anymore. But I am excited to watch Double or Nothing. I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow, and then we'll be back for another review show of AEW and possibly even more.
Right on. Well, everybody, we will see you next time. But keep in mind, like I said, go follow us on all our social medias, and make sure that you look for the link folios that we put out there, the information, and let us know in the comments. We are on Twitter. And the Facebook, but Twitter will be posting, which is at the UnCut Live Show, just how it sounds. And I hope everybody have a great rest of the Memorial Day weekend. All right, everybody. Peace. We're out.
All my stress. rhythm on the bass mark. Man up, feel the rhythm on the bass mark. Hip and the woman come around one, bless me. Jump it up, it up.
All my stress.